So it was kind of interesting. It's exciting that I had the opportunity to speak here. Thank you for the opportunity. And I asked them, what do you want me to talk about? They said, you don't have to do a sales presentation. I said, fantastic. I do sales presentations every day. I get to talk about our business, how we got started, how this got to be, which is, I think, kind of neat. I started my first business when I was 18. If you ask my mom, it was 12. I've never had a day job. So I don't know anything what it would be like to show up at the office every day and maybe be focused on any particular type of activity. So I get to kind of run rampant in my thoughts and build crazy things. So Current Insight, which is a division of Innovative Solutions. And we had this idea about 4 years ago. Well, it didn't have a name 4 years ago. It was just an idea. So we thought about helping companies with their financial savings measurably. Now to go backwards just a little bit, Innovative Solutions started out 20 some odd years ago on helping companies find the loose change in their corporate couch. Our mandate often was find 2% in our ops costs. Now, interestingly, for 20 years, we never had to look for customers. Got really, really lucky early on. It was all referral based. In the US, we grew into doing not just operational efficiency, but bankruptcy bailouts for the manufacturing sector. Unfortunately, we kind of saw our manufacturing sector migrate elsewhere, and now it's coming home. I guess the folks at Apple were leading that. Am I allowed to talk about Apple today at all? Just a minute, okay. That's it, okay, we're done. So we're seeing a big change. You know, we saw everybody leave, now we're seeing everybody come back a little bit, so it's changing the dynamic a little bit, and we had the opportunity to be part of that exit. Now we want to be part of the re-entrance. So we got a Current Insight started about 2011. So I'm kind of going to go backwards and start from the very beginning of the story. So because I had the opportunity to have just a story to tell today, opposed to a sales presentation, I get to have a little bit of fun. If it works. There we go, it works. I remember in college when they were telling us that we should do things, think globally. Well, I thought it'd be fun to think galactically. Not sure that's the right direction, but if for anyone sci-fi related, see, I got a couple smiles. You know, the problem with morning sessions is everyone's still kind of asleep, no matter how much coffee. Hey, is that $5? Yeah. So what our thinking was with Current Insight was, what if we could deliver data, information to help businesses make decisions in real time, not near real time. Because as consultants, what do? We capture a lot of data, we deliver it 6 months later. It's always stale data. What if you could make a decision based on information that was seconds old, minutes old, and decide which direction to take your business? Now, we saw that in the financial side. SAP had been doing it. Then we call that translation thing called, business intelligence, so everyone can understand what SAP is gathering. What if we could move that to the energy sector and operational? If you can make operational-based decisions, which are hard dollar cost reductions at that level and that accuracy. So that's where we wanted to go, because we'd go out, we'd plug in equipment, we'd get all our information, and once we had the information, then we'd fill out our reports and studies. You finally meet with the client, and it's consulting. You finally get that answer, and then someone makes a decision 18 months later. What if that information were to just show up on your doorstep or in your email box every morning at 7 o'clock? That report that told you, hey, you should address this, you should consider this. Everyone's always looking to control their costs. If you save operational costs, you take $1 out of ops costs, goes straight to the bottom line. The guys in sales will tell you, hey, we'll increase sales by 10%. The question is that 10% savings actually going to get to the bottom line? You can sell a lot of stuff and not make any money. We all know the old joke. I'm selling them for $110 each, but it costs me $120 to make them. But we'll make it up in volume. Man, you guys are a tough crowd. And that's an old one. So what we started to do is we went out and we just when we decided to build what's today Current Insight, we went over interviewed 200 companies. I did them all personally because, contrary to popular belief, if you build it, they won't come. If you beg them, they may. If you bribe them, possibly. But generally speaking, and I only have 5 minutes left?
You got 10.
10, that's great, so 5. I had no idea how I was going to get through this in 15 minutes, I might add. So we interviewed 200 companies. We wanted to understand, what is it the clients are looking for? Because the thing is, if you build something in your head and you think, this is the greatest idea, is someone going to actually buy it? And besides, if you're going to spend millions of dollars, especially if it's my millions of dollars, I'd like to be right. So, the first thing that came out of all our research was, don't sell me another piece of software. I got 9 I'm not using now. We had 60 companies that had bought an EMS system, energy monitoring system, that didn't even know how to log into it. Hundreds of thousands of dollars of investment, no clue how to use it. So it's okay, can't build a software system because Bob got trained on it, Bob left, nobody else knows how to turn it on. So, no software. Next thing was, don't expect any capital money. That's not something that happens anymore. Cap projects, we're talking 18 months, 24 months, never. Capital's not available any longer. You can still do it. Everybody wants to know, well, we'll capitalize that. Well, that's rare. But most of them said, don't, if you want to sell us something, it can't be capital. So, no capital, no money. They say it's really a good time to build a business is in a recession. The only part they don't tell you is there's no capital during a recession. So you build it during the recession, and hopefully when the recession's over, which in Canada technically it was over 3 years ago, but I don't know. Has anyone noticed that things started moving quickly? I don't know. Is everyone really, you guys are busy in the hardware business now. Xbox, there we go. All the depressed unemployed people playing Xbox at home. The last thing was, don't create a solution that requires any manpower. Basically, the guy that would be running this got fired 4 years ago, and the rest of us are all doing 3 jobs anyways. So what do we have here? Can't have any software, can't give you any money to buy what you want to sell us, and you can't expect us to actually type on it. So a smart guy would say, maybe this isn't possible. We're fresh out of smart guys at Innovative Solutions. We're kind of stubborn. We always think there's an answer no matter what. So I said, that's not a game stopper. We can make this work. So how do you get around these little tiny problems? So first thing we looked at is, hey, why don't we go to the cloud? That solves a big piece of it. We said no software, right? So put it in the cloud. No one needs to run it. It's maintained over big, white, fluffy cloud thing. Everybody loves clouds. They're white, they're fluffy, gives you a warm feeling. Put the software over there. Okay, so now we don't have that problem. I used your Microsoft Cloud for that, little plug for you. Yeah. It looked all over the place for that logo too. So then we went out and we said, why don't we look at a SaaS opportunity, a subscription agreement, something hybrid. We're kind of tweaking it now. And say, instead of costing you $250,000 for our really cool software, what if I charged you $300 a month forever? I mean, so you've got that, but it's chewable. It's easy. It's easy to digest. We had one client. One of the hotel chains. I said, look at it this way. You want a new report. You went to SAP. You want a new report. It's going to cost you $30,000 for that new report. You go, yeah, that's capital. It'll take you 2 years to get it approved. Why don't we spin it this way? You've got 300 locations. We've got a 60-month agreement. It's $300 a location. You want a $30,000 report. Well, we're going to divide that by 60 months. So what's that? Around $500 a month. Now, all of a sudden, that's manageable. But we're not done yet. We have to now divide it by 300 locations. It's $1.50 or $1.60, I think. I'm really bad at math. But $1.60 a month per location, all of a sudden, this doesn't become an issue. It's easier to convince somebody's manager that this isn't a bad idea. So, why not a SaaS model? Next thing, this was the hardest one. We have to create an automated report system. We We have to create something that no one ever has to go to the software. No one ever has to touch a button, and everything they're looking for shows up on their doorstep. With a big, huge red dot that says, this is something you have to fix, or a big green dot that says, carry on with your very busy day. So that's what we did. Automate everything you possibly can today solves a lot of those different problems. Uh-oh. So you'll notice at the bottom, when I asked the team, what kind of software we're using when we built this system over the last 4 years? Turns out, we're like Microsoft's best friend. And we'd never called them. Our wonderful friends at the RIC Center said, you should probably talk to Microsoft. They could probably help you. So we were really excited about that, and here we are today, because when I asked the team, they're going, well, we use .NET, we use Windows Server, and it just kept going on. We're like a commercial for Microsoft. Not that I'm a commercial for Microsoft. We just didn't know we were married. It turned out the right options, the right solutions for us while we were developing, turned out to be Microsoft solutions. Now, I wanted to share a video with you guys, but I don't know if we got the audio thing working. Did we? So,
give it a try, he said. We're optimistic.
let's see what happens. I'll hold the mic down to the speakers. It's the one I put on second. Let's do it this way. That might work. Where's the sound? This one. Let's see what happens. Let's try this.
Action. There is an equal and opposite reaction. Action. Reaction. Action. Reaction. Action. Reaction. And that's pretty much the way things have been forever. But what if your business could react to a problem, a really big problem, before it happened? What if your business could pre-act? Yes, pre-act. Imagine, instantly see the entire roadmap of all your energy consumption and equipment and understanding it in time to pre-act in advance of a disruption, slowdown, or stoppage to choose a better route. That's the power of current insight. We don't just collect your company's data, equipment history and specs, energy usage, and more. We know your data inside out to pre-act. At any given second in any business day, current insight can point out what equipment is about to fail and when. Not just how much energy you're using, but how much you're going to need at a specific location or any of your locations or all of them. That's not only time saving, but it's money saving, which is quite possibly career saving. In business, you can be first if you're before. And in current insight, we're already there. Pre-acting is what we're all about. In fact, our data now confirms that in approximately 3 seconds, this video will come to an end.
So there you go, another innovative solution. Okay, that was a plug. Let's see if we can get the deck back here. We went out and we wanted to build a promotional video, because the hardest thing is to sell something that doesn't exist. There's energy monitoring companies, SaaS out there. There's different type of consulting firms, there's data people. It's a lot of different types of information. We wanted to pull together what's literally about 9 different pieces of software into a single solution. Single point of solution, easy to purchase, easy to manage, easy to control, and delivers automatically. And the best part was one of the biggest clients we were working with was a bank, and they said, you can't be on our network. Why? You guys lose your banking information all the time. They didn't like the joke, so we moved ahead. Our friends at Rogers helped us out, and we can run the entire system, every meter, every piece of diagnostic data out there, brought through broadband. And it's just as fast as running the network, and in some cases, slightly more stable, because you don't have a network new guy somewhere that goes, what's this feed coming from? Click, and all the data just disappears. Being in the analytics business, you don't like an interruption in your data stream. So effectively, what we're able to do is take any kind of data from any organization, from people walking through a door, their energy consumption, their temperature, humidity, operational, predict equipment failure. We have a telecom that came to us and says there's 300 cell towers that we don't know when they're going to go down or when they're down until the client calls us. It's a good alert system. Somebody yells at you, hey, we should fix it. So we're building a model for them, and only through SaaS. Because they said, well, $300 a month per tower, that's not going to fly. The boss is never going to let them do that. I said, give me the dollar amount. So, they were leaning towards under $100, so we build that model. We build it into the contract. We're able to deliver something to that client they can't have because of budgetary reasons previous to this. So that's effectively what Current Insight is. I know I just barely touched on it. Normally it takes me about 4 hours to explain what we do. Wanted to just throw a little bit of history in. And it's been a lot of fun. We took the wrapper off, I guess it was January officially. I have to thank our friends at Partners in Project Green, the TRCA, for putting together a 12-partner early adopter group for us. And we've been working with them for over a year now. And now it's really neat to see them. They're all coming back and now adding more metering, requesting more things. And yesterday I got a call, and one of them, they have 40 global manufacturers, and they want to take our solution globally now because we can give them visibility globally, something they've never had before. Imagine knowing wherever all your situations, all of your plants are doing at the exact same time in real time. To basically say the guys in Ohio are the absolute worst performing place that we've got this month. And then next month it might be the guys in Kentucky. So it's kind of a neat way to look at data.